There we go. Hey everyone, hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all having brilliant, fantastic, amazing days as always. Welcome back to another video. It's been a lovely day here in the UK, which has been amazing. And today, this evening, I'm going to be breaking down for you a video solely specific for beginners. This video today, I'm going to be breaking down, what is one of the best ways to start trading. If you've never done any trading before, okay, you've seen it perhaps online, you've seen it on YouTube, you've seen it on Instagram, you're intrigued, this is the right place to be, because I'm basically going to be breaking down for you, some of the initial steps that you should be, taking into consideration and thinking about to get your foot in the door and to essentially start trading. And as always, I've got my notepad up here on the right-hand side, with all my thoughts, my opinions, broken down into bullet point forms that I'll, jot down below in the description as well. All of my thoughts that I brainstorm throughout the day to try and answer this question as best and as efficiently as I possibly can for you all. So I've broken it down into 6 separate steps. If you follow this, then you've set up a really nice foundation for basically beginning your trading journey. So the first step that you're going to want to take is downloading MetaTrader 4. Now, you can do that on iPhone, you can do that on Android. It's going to be available in the App Store, all of the other stores as well. You can do it on laptop, you can do it on tablet. But I would recommend, if you're a beginner, you're starting out, doing it on your phone to begin with, okay? Because the phone format is the most simplistic. Now, I will warn you, when you download the app, it will seem very, very much overwhelming. You're going to have a lot of different symbols. You're going to have a lot of different colors. Everything's changing. Everything's moving constantly every single second. And essentially, your first tab is going to be where you've got all of the different symbols that you can trade. It's going to be moving very, very quickly. It might seem overwhelming. And all of the different buttons that you can select look very complex, very complicated. Speaking on my own personal experience, when I first started out and downloaded the app for the first time, it seems very much overwhelming, but it's not. It's very simplistic, it's very easy to use, and within about 15-30 minutes you will understand most of the stuff regardless. So essentially what I've put here is you want to understand the platform MetaTrader very, very well, okay? And what I would say is that, unfortunately, most people deposit money into a brokerage, sign up, use the platform, and don't really understand how to use it. And I've often heard of, very bad, horrible stories of people, placing too aggressive lot sizing. So lot sizes are basically the position sizing that you put on a trade. And, people haven't really understood the platform very well. They don't understand terminology. They don't understand what a lot size is. And they've gone and put some ridiculous amount of exposure on their account, and their account is gone in pretty much seconds. So not to scare you at all, but you basically want to understand how everything works before you deposit any live money. So all of the steps that I've basically got, step 1 to step 6, are going to be, you need to understand the foundation of everything before you deposit live money. And you also need to be trading on demo account environments, etc., for a good couple months. So step 1, let's just finalize step 1. You want to download MT4 onto your phone. Okay, and you'll need to set up a basic demo account. Very, very simple. You literally just put in your phone number, I think, in your email. Decide which size account that you want. Go for something realistic. Don't go for something crazy. You put in there 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, and have a look at the app. Then go onto YouTube. Then find a breakdown of the terminology, the tools, the platform itself. Watch that entirely, try and write everything down, understand it, go through it on your phone, check it out, make sure you understand it all. And then once you're done with that, that's basically step 1 of what I'd look to do when you're starting your trading journey. So step 2, okay, is going to be setting up your demo account. And I've just touched upon it now. Demo accounts are basically fake, fictitious money. Demo accounts are not real. It basically gives you an insight into the market without having to put any capital up front yourself. Of course, you don't make anything from this, but you do get a lot of experience and understanding, because you get market execution live as you would on a real account on fake money. So step 2 is setting up a demo account. And what I've said here is, when you've set up this demo account, okay, you want to learn how to place a trade. You want to learn how to edit a trade size. You want to learn how to edit a stop loss, edit a take profit. Okay, and if you don't understand all of these things, look them up. Babypips.com is a really, really good place to start all of this stuff in terms of getting your terminology right. It's what I use to get my foundation of trading, up to the level it is. You need to understand all of that terminology, and then placing a trade, editing your stop loss, editing your take profit, editing your trade size, closing partials, closing part profit. Again, loads of YouTube videos out there. Literally type into YouTube, how do I edit my stop loss and my take profit in MetaTrader 4? You'll get, again, hundreds of thousands of videos. Furthermore, you want to understand how to use buy stops, sell stops, buy limits, sell limits. Again, if you don't know what these are, type them into Google, type them into YouTube. Check them out on babypips.com. There's loads of information there. But essentially, that's buy stops, sell stops, buy limits, sell limits are how you get into the market. And of course, you can do market execution as well. So market execution, essentially, just to run it through quickly, means you get in at the price that the market's currently at. Buy limits, price has to come down for it to tap, enter, and go up. So it's basically a pending order. So you're putting something in saying, if price comes to this point, it will take a trade, buy or sell. And, buy stops and sell stops, a little bit more complex, but essentially, let's use this example. Market's going up. Okay, you put a buy stop here, taps into it, and it keeps moving up. You're in on the trade basically. So you can set buy stops and sell stops for specific zones, entries that you want to get in on as well. But of course, there's going to be written examples, photographic examples on YouTube and on Google that explain it a lot clearer than I did just then. But essentially, you need to understand all of that stuff as well. Okay, that's step 2, setting up your demo account. And what I've said here, as I said, a couple minutes ago, make sure a demo account is the size of money that you can afford to trade with, and you can also afford to lose, because most likely or not, the first deposit that you put into the market is not going to make you money. It's going to be an experience, okay, and you're going to understand how everything works. So put in money that you can afford to lose, whether that be $50, $100, $150, $200, $500, $1,000, $2,000. Everyone's got different levels and different scope and different abilities, and different comfort barriers. In terms of the amount of money that they can basically trade every single day, and afford to put into a brokerage. But, don't go and give yourself $1 million if you can only put in $100 into an account, because it's only going to, mess you about longer term, in terms of your psychology, etc., etc. You understand. Now, moving on to step 3, you need to figure out which trading style suits you. Now, by trading style, I mean, you need to figure out whether you're a day trader, which means whether you get in and out of the market within a day, whether you're a scalper, which means you get in and out of the market within seconds to minutes, whether you're a swing trader, which means, you hold onto your trades for extended periods of time, days, weeks, months, even years. Now, I will be doing a video on this in the future, in the next couple of days. Once it's done, I'll link it down below. Check it out. And essentially, I'll break this down in a lot further depth. But, figuring out which trading style suits you often happens, later down the line. People 1 or 2 years into it are still figuring out which trading style suits them. And you constantly will be changing. Me personally, I'm a scalper / an intraday trader with, a day trader. So essentially, I do trade, seconds, minute candles all the way through to holding trades for, the day. But I'm not a swing trader. So I basically eliminated that out. So I trade every single day, essentially. Now, this will change, of course, as I've just mentioned. It will change throughout your journey. It will change throughout the duration of your trading experience. But thinking to begin with what suits you in terms of your schedule, your busyness, your emotional aspect of trading as well, is a really good place to start. It's a really good foundation to figure out, are you an emotional person? If you are an emotional person, you're going to be suited to holding on to trades for longer, extended periods of time. Okay, because the markets, when the market fluctuates on the smaller time frames, it's not really going to affect your balance, and you're running drawdown very quickly because you're going to have smaller position sizes. You're going to have large stop losses, larger take profits, because that's the nature of swing trading. Whereas if you're a scalper, okay, you're going to have very tight stop losses, very tight, take profits. Market's going to be moving very quickly. Your balance is going to be moving up and down a lot quicker because you can afford to have larger lot sizing. And, if you're an emotional person, day trading, scalping is not suited to you. But essentially, if you're, a busy person, swing trading is going to suit you again, because it means you can just place a trade, forget about it. Whereas if you're running a 9 to 5, you can't be looking at your phone, every single, 30 seconds to check how your position's doing. So yeah, essentially that's that short snippet. I'll be doing a longer video of that in the future. So step 4, And the step 4 is going to be watching lots of videos on YouTube. Okay, now, if you're watching my videos, great, but watch other YouTubers as well. Other YouTubers have got different journeys, different experiences, different trading styles, different knowledge. And specifically watch their analysis videos, okay, videos of them breaking down the charts, or providing value and knowledge like this here. If they're doing analysis videos and you're new to trading and they're going to be talking about things, if you don't understand something, you can then quickly type it up on Google. You can continue watching it. You can learn a lot by just watching someone do chart up analysis, where they essentially have their chart in front of them and they talk through what they're looking at, what they like to see, what they're expecting to see, where they're thinking of placing entries and why. Okay, don't watch all of the BS out there that's going to be, holidays out in Dubai, people driving exotic, nice, fast cars. That's great and fun to watch, of course it is, but spend 5-10% of your time watching that. The rest, watching analysis videos. And of course, it's classic that all of the Lamborghini videos out there on YouTube have hundreds of thousands of views, and those that are doing really solid analysis videos, perhaps have 100 views, 200 views, 1,000 views, 10,000 views at most. But yeah, what I would say is watch analysis videos, watch videos that are providing actual core real value, and trying to give out some really good information rather than the luxury side of Forex and trading and all that sort of stuff, because it doesn't add any value to you. It's not going to make you a better trader. Now, step 5 is to do some analysis on these pairs yourself. Okay, from what you've learned on the analysis videos that you've watched on YouTube in step 4, try and do it yourself. Try and implement what you've seen, what you've learned so far. You're going to make mistakes, but try and do it and implement it yourself. Go on to TradingView. Now, TradingView, if you don't know what TradingView is, it's essentially a platform where there are loads of, all of the charts for all of these different pairs and instruments. It's the leading platform, leading place. All of the retail traders are using TradingView to do their chart up analysis. And essentially go on there, okay? Select a few pairs that you want to trade. Check out my other video if you haven't already, in terms of, what pairs should you be trading? What pairs, should you, focus on? How many pairs should you be trading? All of those questions are answered in another video. I'll link it down below again. But essentially I discussed there which pairs I trade, the reasons for it, which pairs you should decide to trade yourself, suited on, again, your trading style, your psychology. But try and do some analysis on these pairs on TradingView for yourself. You're not going to get it right, but try and, give it a go. It's a bit of fun. Try and learn what all these different tools are on TradingView. There's absolutely loads of them. Again, I'm not going to do a YouTube breakdown for that, because there are literally hundreds of thousands of videos on YouTube that discuss that. But yeah, essentially go on TradingView, check out all the tools, try and do some chart analysis, try and, mimic what you've seen on some of the other analysis videos. Talk yourself through it, write it down, understand what you're talking about. And just the process of doing that, time and time again, will help you become a better trader, and help you see things that you haven't seen before. Then step 6, okay, is to trade a demo account, okay, to place trades, to place them with stop losses, to place them with take profits, and do it for 2 months. Okay, 2 months minimum is what I would say. It's what I personally did, because I actually wasn't old enough to trade live capital. You have to be 18 here in the UK. I'm pretty sure that is the same for the rest of the world. Some of the other countries are slightly different, but here in the UK, it's 18 that you have to be. I was 17 at the time. I had a couple months before my birthday, and I was running a demo account for a minimum of 2 months. And yeah, essentially, it really helped with my trading. Of course, nothing is going to replicate trading on live actual funds, because everything changes when you actually put your money on the line, and you actually are trading live capital. But trading a demo account for 2 months minimum is really, really good. Okay, it's going to make sure that you understand how to place a trade. So there we have it. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Ultimately, this is of course just my own personal opinion. You can do whatever you want. Many people start their trading journey trading live capital. The reason I would recommend doing this instead is because, after you've traded for 2 months, after you've learned what trading is, once you've spent a handful of hours doing all of these different things that I've said are good to do, you're not going to have wasted any money. You spent time doing it, you've understood how it works, but you haven't wasted any money. Whereas I would say 90+% of people jump straight into it, at least from what I've seen, into, doing live capital, depositing into a broker, losing it all, losing faith, or continuing to lose money. Whereas, if you spend time learning how everything works, you spend time developing a strategy, later on down the line, after you've traded on a demo account for a bit of time, understanding how the tools work, you haven't wasted any money. And then you can figure out, of course, whether it's suited for you. Trading is not suited for everyone, not suited for everyone's psychology, not suited for everyone's, schedule life. It's glamorized, it's glorified a lot online. And so I'd ultimately recommend just steering away from that, watching other videos that are actually more informative, like analysis videos, and, learning how everything works. Trading is a long-term game. So hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, you found it informative, you actually learned something from this, and you've taken away something from this, feel free to like, subscribe. Loads of videos coming out in the future. This channel is going to continue growing, continue posting. It's exciting times, and stick around, check out some of the other videos. And of course, as always, all of the links down below to other YouTube videos, to all of the community group chats for FX London, the Discord, the Telegram, the Instagram. Follow them all up, join them all, because there's loads of different traders inside of all different abilities, beginner, intermediate, expert. We've got some real big time, ex-Wall Street traders. We've also got some beginners, that are watching videos like this. How do you actually start trading? How do you get into it? And, ultimately, feel free to join. It's a lovely place to be. The community is growing every single day, and I love it. Yeah, have a brilliant rest of your day. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.